Welcome back to the channel, doing another reaction today. And if you like this type of content and want some more content like this, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you're new to the channel. We're on our way to 20,000 subscribers. We have done amazing these past 2 years. Let's see how far we can go within this next year. And if you guys want to go even farther, support me on Patreon or become a member. Link in the description below. Follow me on every social media platform you probably can. Maniacs, welcome back to the channel, doing another video today, and we are going to be doing my complete horror Blu-ray collection, my complete collection. I also wanted to say Happy New Year's. Thank you guys so much for a great year. This is for you guys who have been constantly supporting my videos, hitting the like button, subscribing to my channel, almost getting me up to 20,000 subscribers within 2 years' time, and I actually find that to be a great accomplishment, regardless of how many other channels have blew up even faster than me. I still find it to be a great accomplishment. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this. I'm not going to go into every single movie on this Blu-ray collection, or we're going to be sitting here for like hours on end, but I will go ahead and dive into a couple. First up, we have 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. This is a double feature Blu-ray. I gotta say, I really loved 28 Days Later. 28 Weeks Later, not so much. Not really my cup of coffee. I enjoyed some aspects of it. I really enjoyed Jeremy Renner in the film. I thought he was probably the best part, but overall, the kids really annoyed me. There's a lot of characters that really just got under my skin. But, yeah, fine virus-style movies. I started saying virus movie because people really gave me a lot of shit for my movie reaction and said they're not zombies, they're viruses. They're infected by a virus, they're not zombies. Even knowing most of the time when you go and watch a zombie film, there is a virus involved, so... 30 Days of Night. Fantastic. Not really many people talk about 30 Days of Night. I thought it was a pretty good, solid film. It has Josh Hartnett's in it. Yeah, pretty solid. The vampires are pretty crazy. Really interesting premise about Alaska. I enjoyed it for what it was. We got 47 Meters Down and 47 Meters Down Uncaged. I still have yet to watch these, so I really can't give you too much of an opinion on them just yet, but at some point, hopefully soon. The only Addams Family movie I own, the Addams Family from the 1990s. I gotta get Values. I don't know why I haven't gotten that double feature yet. I love these films. These are childhood classics. Used to watch them all the time as a kid. The first box set up and is the Alien 6-film collection. This has Alien 1 all the way up to Alien Covenant. I have seen Prometheus, Alien, and Aliens. Those are the only movies I've seen out of this collection. I really loved Alien. I loved it enough, and I really enjoyed Aliens. Prometheus I found was very interesting. Kind of a slow burn, but pretty interesting. So yeah, I gotta eventually finish those movies up. American Psycho, easily my favorite Christian Bale performance of all time. I really would love to upgrade this to 4K at some point, but yeah, one of the greatest, most underappreciated fucking performances in a horror film ever. Another classic, An American Werewolf in London. At some point, I would love to upgrade this to a 4K. I really enjoy this movie a lot. I think the visual effects are stunning. What else can I say about it, really? Then we got this out-of-print Amityville Horror box set from Scream Factory. Yeah, this is out of print now, so if you guys got it when you did, hell yeah. The first Amityville Horror, it's a classic. I know it's not really the most beloved film ever, but it's still a classic regardless. The second movie is actually my personal favorite of this box set, and then the third one was kind of a cash grab, which was obvious, but it's still kind of enjoyable for what it was. I think that's called Amityville 3D. Anaconda. Man, I have not seen this one in a long time, but I enjoy it. And at some point, you might even see revisits for some of these movies up on my Patreon page. So if you're a patron, thank you. Hopefully at some point, yeah. Annihilation. This was sent to me, obviously. Several of these were sent to me by you guys. Annihilation was one that was sent to me. And I still have yet to watch it. I really do want to get into it at some point. It looks really good. Natalie Portman. I'm not like the biggest Natalie Portman fan, but I do enjoy her acting overall. So hopefully I can get to that one. Really fun movie. Arachnophobia. Really enjoyed this. I actually checked this out for the first time back in 2019 with my buddy Lane, and he loved it and was recommending it to me and said, "Have you not seen Arachnophobia?" I was like, "No, I haven't." And he's like, "Let's go ahead and watch that." And he had to leave early, but I actually finished the movie off and really enjoyed it a lot. I had a lot of fun with it. Here's one I have not seen. I've seen Frankenstein's Army, but I haven't seen Army of Frankensteins. This was a horror pack grab, and I don't know anything about it, so yeah, I gotta check that out at some point. The Arrival with Charlie Sheen. I don't know anything about this. The reason why I grabbed it was because I think I got this at like a bookstore. I got it at a bookstore, and I really loved the picture of the alien they got down here. I know you can't see that really well, but there's a picture of an alien, if it will focus. Yeah, right there, where my finger is. There's an alien right there. And I honestly thought it looked really interesting. And I'm not a big Charlie Sheen fan, but the alien stuff really fascinates me, and I'm really much into it. The Babadook. Good movie. Good movie. I really enjoy it. The only thing I do not enjoy about The Babadook is pretty much what everybody's already said. The kid. The kid is just too obnoxious. And I understand there was a reason behind it, and there really is a reason behind it. It does play into the story quite well. But that still doesn't mean you have to enjoy it. And every time this kid is screaming, kicking the back of his mom's seat, literally not listening to anything she says, really gets under my skin, because I'm not a fan of misbehaved children, especially ones who are old enough to know what is right from wrong. This kid is so obnoxious, man. It's almost hard to get through it because of that kid. The performance by the main actress, though, is awesome. I'd even go as far as saying Academy Award worthy for her performance in that. But yeah, the kid, he does a great job. The kid does a great job. Make no mistake. The kid is a great actor. The character, the way they wrote the character is the problem. Bait 3D, haven't seen it. People have been asking me to check out more shark movies, so at some point, hopefully we can check that out. I think I want to do that for B-Movie Blowout. B-Movie Blowout might be a segment on my channel at some point. The bigger we get, the more segments I want to make for my channel, and B-Movie Blowout is pretty much me and a group of people who are going to sit down, get drunk, and watch low-budget trash. And I gotta tell you, this might be a good movie, but to me, it looks like a bunch of CG fakeness, sci-fi channel-esque stuff I would love to get drunk to and watch. The Banana Splits movie. I'm actually really getting into these kind of movies, these animatronics come to life movies. I really am, and I cannot wait for Five Nights at Freddy's. Really looking for. I saw this movie. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time speaking. I saw this film and I really enjoyed it overall. It's silly, it's wacky, but honestly, it's pretty much about a group of people who go to this kind of event for their son or their kid's birthday, and they go to this event to see the behind the scenes for the Banana Split show, and at some point the animatronics kind of malfunction and they start killing people, and it's pretty entertaining for what it is. Sorry, I know how to stroke talking right there. Beetlejuice, what else can I say? I'm going to upgrade this to 4K because it deserves it, and Beetlejuice is a classic. It's a straight up classic. Michael Keaton, probably my favorite Michael Keaton performance, actually. The Belko Experiment. Still have yet to watch this. It was sent to me by a subscriber, and I have not seen it yet, but at some point, you best believe it's going to happen. Here's one I have not watched yet, but I remember buying it on Blu-ray, Better Watch Out, and I'm ashamed I didn't check it out this year. I really wanted to. Maybe next year I'll do a movie reaction for Better Watch Out. Low-budget trash looking Bigfoot. Oh, man. This has to be a B-Movie Blowout reaction, where we just get buzzed and we watch the hell out of it. Bigfoot, and Alice Cooper is in it too, so yeah, you already know this is going to be a fun time. And this one I got for Christmas this year. Probably the best Christmas horror film of all time. I love Gremlins, and Gremlins will always be like the family-friendly kind of horror film Christmas movie in my opinion, but this one, if you're going to ask me what is the best horror film to watch around Christmas time, I almost have to give it to Black Christmas. It is freaky. It is a freaky movie. Okay, another one I got for Christmas this year, and that is The Black Phone. Easily my favorite movie of 2022. As of right now, I haven't seen every film that came out this year, but I loved almost everything about this. Big Stephen King fan, and this really had Stephen King written all over it. And also, it was the short story was written by Stephen King's son. So, yeah, and it also had and if you know me, you know that I'm actually into serial killer documentaries and stuff, and it really had that Gacy vibe to it, and which really creeped me out, like in a huge sense. Yeah, Ethan Hawke gives an awesome performance as the grabber. He is insanely good. And not only that, but I gotta say the performances by the kids in this film, top notch. Blair Witch Project, easily my favorite found footage film of all time. Great stuff. I know a lot of people find it boring, but I find it to be utterly creepy, and it is the tone of it, and not only the tone, but I also think the whole film overall as a vibe actually does itself very well. It actually feels like real documented footage that was found in a crime scene. So I love it for that reason. Then we come into Blair Witch. I don't own Blair Witch 2, The Book of Shadows. I don't own that one, but I do own Blair Witch from 2014 or 15. And it's fine, though I do feel like they killed the effect of the overall witch, which is unfortunate, because the scary part about the first Blair Witch Project was you never saw what was chasing them. You just had to kind of guess. And it was like stories from the townspeople and stuff on what it looked like and everything, but you never get to see it. And I feel like the less you know, the scarier it is, and that movie really did not follow that rule at all. The Blob remake. The Blob remake, love it, great stuff. I still have yet to see the original one, but as remakes go, I feel like this one does a fantastic job. And I still haven't even seen the original, so I'm hoping the original is great. Blood Diner, still have yet to watch it. This one has been on several of my polls on Patreon, and yet it still has not won a single one. The Boy. It was fine. Twist really didn't work for me all too much. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Great fun. My movie reaction is up on the channel, so if you guys want to go watch that, you guys can. I thought it was a great fun time. Kind of like Black Christmas, this one is also probably within my top 10 favorite slashers of all time, and we got The Burning here on Blu-ray. I cannot give enough credit to where credit is due. This is absolutely an amazing movie. Friday the 13th is my favorite horror franchise of all time. And I gotta say, I love The Burning more than a lot of the sequels in Friday the 13th. It is that good. It is a great time. And Tom Savini, who is a god on my channel. Tom Savini is a god on my channel. Never forget that. The Call. Haven't seen it yet. Have not seen it yet. I can't really give too much of an opinion on that one. Candyman. Great stuff. Great stuff. Tony Todd's biggest performance. This is really the one that put him on the books, I think. And like he's great in most of everything he does, but he is a horror icon, I mean, as Candyman. Phenomenal. Speaking of phenomenal, the original Carrie with Sissy Spacek. What else can I say? It's Stephen King at the top of his game. Stephen King at his best. And then we have the very much, I think, in my opinion, it does not deserve half the hate it gets, and that is the Carrie remake from 2013. I really enjoyed it. I've seen this thing several times, and Chloe Grace Moretz, who plays Carrie, I think does a really good job. People were saying she's too cute, she's too pretty to be Carrie, and to be frankly honest with you, Sissy Spacek was a very kind of cute and attractive girl too. It wasn't just Chloe Grace Moretz, who, yeah, I do find really attractive. I think she played the very shy and awkward girl really well. And even if you are cute and you are a decent looking person, if you are shy and awkward, you can still be made fun of and picked on, like, because you're an easy target at that point. So to me, it's not really all that crazy that she was cast as Carrie. Julianne Moore probably stole the show as really, really good as her mother. Really enjoyed that one. I'm surprised it gets more hate than... I'm always surprised how much hate it gets. Case 39, have not seen it yet, but I bought it at I think Big Lots. I bought it at Big Lots, and I still have yet to see it. Cell, I ordered from Amazon. I don't know if I'm going to watch it, to be honest. I might even just get rid of it. I'll watch it. Maybe a B-movie blowout. I heard really bad things about it, and it's kind of killed my anticipation. The Changeling, top 10, top 5 best haunted house films of all time. This is a freaky little movie. If you've seen the movie Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon and have not seen this one, I highly recommend checking this one out. It is very much along the same lines as stories go. It's pretty much about a musician composer who moves into this giant mansion and starts learning its like dark secrets once like the spirit of a little kid starts coming through and trying to contact him. It is a very freaky little movie. And it's got, I gotta tell you, the seance moment, the seance scene in this film it makes my hair stand up all the time. Or when he like goes back and listens to the recording and you can actually hear the spirit answering back with all the questions. Dude, I'm actually feeling the goosebumps on my skin right now just thinking about it. How did you die, Joseph?
Joseph, did you die in this house?
It's just fucking freaky. Castle Freak. Have not seen it yet. It was sent to me, and I still have yet to see that one. I think that's the remake. Yeah, that's definitely the remake. Children. The Children by Troma. Crystal, I want to say Harley or Crystal sent me this. You're going to have to correct me, whoever sent me this, but it was sent to me. I want to say it was Harley. I get so much movies sent to me now that I actually have a hard time kind of remembering who sent it to me, but I feel like it's one of those two. I still have yet to watch that one, and it's going to be on my watch list for sure. And then we got Children of the Corn. It's not great. It really isn't, but it's nostalgic, man. I used to watch this as a kid all the time. I remember when this was on Sci-Fi a lot, and I'd watch this on the Sci-Fi channel. It's just good fun. Chucky, the complete 7-movie collection. Great stuff. People ask me all the time, how would you rank the Child's Play films? And I think, I have answered that several times, but I think I'm going to make a solo video on it myself. But this is the first Child's Play all the way up to Cult of Chucky, which I will just go ahead and give you a hint. I hated Cult of Chucky, but I love the first Child's Play.
How's it hanging, Phil?
And then we have the surprisingly really decent Child's Play 2019 remake. Pretty good, pretty solid. Tried something different, and I think it succeeded. Chillerama, one of the weirdest little films I've ever seen in my life. I have no interest in going back to check that one out at any point whatsoever. It was weird. It was a legitimate weird to almost, I didn't know how to respond. Christine, movie I hated at first. The more I watched it, I started falling in love, and now I love Christine. Probably in my top, maybe 10 favorite John Carpenter films of all time, maybe top 5. I don't know. I have to maybe think about that one a little bit more. Clown. Surprise. It was actually not too bad, and it has a good transformation scene, and I like the look of the clown. It was interesting. It was pretty good, actually, as far as saying good. Okay, we're gonna start getting to we're almost 20 minutes in, and I still have like a lot left. So here we go. This might be my first 4K I've shown off, maybe my second. We got Cloverfield. I still have yet to see Cloverfield. I know a lot of people were asking me to check this one out. I was going to do a reaction to it like a year ago, and things came up and I just couldn't do it anymore. So there's Cloverfield. We have both some of the most underappreciated slasher films of all time, The Collector and The Collection. I actually might... I think I like The Collector more, but the Collector, himself, should have been up there with Arts the Clown as one of the more modern day horror icons. I genuinely mean that. I loved both of those films. I think they're fantastic. And now here's the very much appreciated Conjuring universe. Of course, we got the first Conjuring, which top 10 best movies of the last decade, in my personal opinion. Annabelle, I did a revisit to that one, and I gotta tell you, I think I hate it. I hate saying that too, because I really gave it another shot, and I went in there with a clear conscience, and I just could not find anything good about it, besides the look of the doll. That movie is shit, in my opinion. The Conjuring 2, awesome. Cannot wait for The Conjuring 4. I do not own The Conjuring 3 on Blu-ray. I still have yet to get that one. I have it on DVD, thanks to one of you guys. You guys sent it to me, but I do not have the Blu-ray. Annabelle Creation, probably my third favorite Conjuring universe film. If that was the Annabelle film we had gotten off the bat, I would have been so much more excited for more Annabelle stuff, but unfortunately, it's not. The Curse of La Llorona, it was alright. It was fine. And then we got The Nun, which actually I enjoyed the second time watching it a little bit more. I think it's actually one of those ones that's going to gradually just start getting better in my eyes. Annabelle Comes Home. More of a movie just to set up more of the haunted objects in the War Museum, but it was fine. It was fine. I would probably put it up there with The Curse of La Llorona. It was fine. It was kind of harmless, and it was fine, yeah. Crawl, awesome. Crawl was so no one talks about that one. It was so fucking decent. Crimson Peak, still have yet to watch this. There's a lot of Guillermo del Toro films I still have yet to watch. We have the Critters box set here. Critters 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Yeah, all the way up to 4. I have only seen the first Critters film, so I still have a lot to watch, I know. And then we got Critters Attack, which I hear a lot of bad things about. Cujo, classic. Kind of like Children of the Corn. This was a childhood classic. I've seen it several times as a kid. Then we have the Darkman trilogy, which was sent by you guys, and I still have yet to watch them. You'll notice that there's a lot of films in my collection I have still yet to watch. Dark Shadows, really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people hated this thing, and there's one moment in the entire film that made me cringe, and it's the scene with Chloe Grace Moretz at the end, where she looks at her mom and says, "Yeah, I'm a werewolf. Woof." And
Caroline, my God. I'm a werewolf, okay? Let's not make a big deal of it. Woof.
And then attacks the bad guy. That was up there with Do Your Thing, cuz, in my opinion. It was cringy as all hell. The Dark Tower, have yet to watch it. Dawn of the Dead and Land of the Dead. Unpopular opinion, I think I prefer Land of the Dead over the Dawn of the Dead remake. I know, that's such an unpopular opinion. But here's a zombie movie I love more than both of those films I just shown you, and that is Day of the Dead by George A. Romero. I actually just got this one for Christmas. Really excited to get this one. I know there's a glare, and I know it's not focusing on the Blu-rays too much, so I do apologize about that. But yeah, Day of the Dead, fantastic. And then we have Dead Ant, which was sent to me, but I still have yet to watch it. Okay, continuing the rapid speed. Dead Before Dawn. We have Dead Silence, probably my second favorite James Wan film next to the original Conjuring. Deadly Blessing by Wes Craven. Probably my least favorite Wes Craven movie. Rest in peace, Wes. But yeah, it's probably my least favorite. I like the whole concept of trying to do something with crazy, killer, freaky, not really killer, but crazy Amish people. And I just feel like he could have done so much better. Deep Blue Sea. Demons. Demons 2. Really love Demons. Demons 2, not so much, but I still enjoy it. The Descent, one of my favorite horror films of all time. Probably in my top... I'd go probably as far as saying top 30 favorite horror films of all time. It really gets to me. I'm claustrophobic, and that, yeah, it does its job. Devil's Due. Have yet to see that one. Dog Soldiers. Have yet to see that one. Bela Lugosi's Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula in 4K. Dracula Untold. It's fine. I know a lot of people really hated it. It was fine to me. Drag Me to Hell. You know, not my favorite Sam Raimi movie, but I get the love. I get it. Dreamcatcher. Weird movie. Dreamcatcher. Don't Breathe. I didn't care for the twist. I know a lot of people love this film, and that's fine. I get it. That's great. But I personally just did not care for the twist all too much. What was it? What is his name in the movie? Not Jane Levy, who is also great. Stephen Lang. Stephen Lang, great in this film, and so is Jane Levy. But yeah, not really my favorite. Definitely not my favorite Fede Alvarez film. Escape from Tomorrow. Really need to check this one out. Heard a lot of weird things about it. The Evil Dead. Awesome. Evil Dead 2. Dead by Dawn. Army of Darkness, the Screwhead Edition. And then we have one that I know has a 4K release coming out, which I'm going to be getting, and that is Evil Dead 2013, my favorite Evil Dead film. Yep, I prefer that one over all the Sam Raimi ones. I know, that is like blasphemy to a lot of people, but I feel like I feel like this movie overall is the perfect Evil Dead movie. Horror, it is scary, it has a great ending, it has a badass premise. I mean, I almost love everything about it. The practical effects are top-notch. The performance by Jane Levy is amazingly underappreciated. And the gore, oh my gosh, they went all the way with the gore.
You don't understand. There was something in the woods. And I think it's in here with us now.
The Exorcist, top 10 favorite horror films of all time, probably. Probably along with the Evil Dead, actually. Evil Dead remake, I'd probably put it up there too. The Faculty, really enjoyed it. My movie reaction is up on the channel if you want to get more of an opinion. Fantasy Island, I've seen it once. I didn't care for it at first. I might watch it again, get a different opinion, hopefully. Hopefully I can get another opinion on it. Final Destinations, part 1 through 4. I have yet to get part 5. The Final Wish, have yet to watch it. Flowers in the Attic, not really a big fan. I know it has a lot of people who love it and appreciate it, but I watched it and I was just like, it is what it is. The Fly collection. I have only seen the remake of The Fly. I have not seen the original or anything else, so that is definitely a project at some point. Found Footage 3D. I bought it because of that awesome slipcover. Now, the only reason why I own this double feature is because of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. However, I know they just came out with finally a singular release, so I will be getting that and getting rid of this. But it also has Bram Stoker's Dracula up there, another copy of it. Probably the prize of my possession, and that is the Scream Factory box set for Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, again, is my favorite horror franchise of all time, and my favorite franchise of all time, so having them all on Blu-ray like that looks phenomenal. I know that's not focusing, and it actually is bothering me because I would like to get more of the stuff in focus. There it kind of goes. Get all the Friday the 13th movies, plus quite a few extra content in there.
Hello? Who's that? Oh, hi. What are you doing out in this mess?
One. You may only see it once, but that will be enough. Friday the 13th.
I have more copies of Friday the 13th, the original, Friday the 13th Part 2, Friday the 13th Part 3, first horror film ever watched, Part 4, the final chapter, my favorite Friday the 13th movie, Parts 5 and 6. I also own 7 and 8 on Blu-ray, but they are in the DVD case right now. Freddy vs. Jason. First Blu-ray ever bought, actually, was Freddy vs. Jason. Friday the 13th, 2009 Killer Cut. Crystal Lake Memories. Of course, if you're a Friday the 13th fan, you probably have to have that. I also have His Name is Jason on DVD. So, yeah, I got that. I've seen that twice, actually. The Frighteners. Pretty good. My movie reaction is up on the channel. Favorite vampire film of all time. Fright Night. Love it. Love it.
Welcome to Fright Night.
Fright Night 2, the remake of Fright Night 2. I have not seen the original Fright Night 2 or have seen the remake of Fright Night 2. I've seen the remake of Fright Night, and I actually thought it was okay. Doesn't come close to the original, but it was okay. From Dusk Till Dawn. Pretty solid action film. Really good stuff. Then we have probably my favorite Jordan Peele film, after watching Nope, which will be coming out to on my channel on the 1st, so tomorrow. Be ready for that one. But Get Out, actually really enjoyed it. A lot, actually. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Classics. What can I say? I'll probably upgrade that to 4K at some point. And have yet to watch this. Ghostbusters Afterlife. I know, I have yet to watch it. Ginger Snaps, my movie reaction is up on the channel. Please go check it out. I really loved it a lot. Goosebumps 1, pleasant surprise. As someone who grew up with the books and actually watched the show, pleasant surprise. And then we have Goosebumps 2. I think it's called Slappy's Haunted Halloween or something like that. I personally don't care, but I was not a fan of it. Green Room, have yet to check it out, but it's an A24 and it has Patrick Stewart, I think. Yeah, so at some point I'll check that out. Gremlins 1 and 2. I will definitely be upgrading Gremlins to 4K. Gremlins 2, probably not, but Gremlins is one of my favorite films of all time. Not Gremlins 2, Gremlins. Gretel and Hansel, have yet to watch it. The Gray. Here we go with probably the biggest and most successful horror franchise of all time. Halloween, the complete collection. John Carpenter's Halloween is like my favorite slasher film of all time. And then we have the rest of them all the way up to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And then we have the the very controversial David Gordon Green trilogy, which is Halloween 2018, which I love. Halloween Kills, which I actually have grown to love. I hated it at first. I was not sure about it when I first watched it. But the second time I watched it, I'm like, okay, there's some things I like about it right now. And then the third time I watched it, I had a little bit of booze on me, and I was drinking with my buddy, and I really started to love it. And then the fourth time I was not drinking and I watched it, I really loved it. And I was kind of surprised how much I really, really enjoyed it the more times I watched it. And then we have, of course, Halloween Ends. And as you notice, this is the only one I have that's not on 4K. And I'm okay with that for right now. I liked it. I know people are going to give me shit for that. I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. And obvious reasons why I didn't love it. Such false advertising. Even as I'm looking at the Blu-ray cover, it's false advertising. Even as I'm looking at the Blu-ray cover, like, it's mostly Michael Myers, right? Michael Myers, there's Laurie Strode back there. I'm not sure if that's focusing in, but only one of them will survive, and you don't find out until the very end. Actually, nothing happens until the very end. A bunch of shots of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode fighting and whatnot. Actually, I think that's pretty much all it is Laurie Strode and Michael Myers, and they're not even the main focus of the movie. So even the Blu-ray itself is kind of false advertising. There's probably like 6 more stacks left, so we're just going to go ahead. We have Halloween Night. I got this from Stinky Tuna when Stinky Tuna was a thing. I don't know how good it is. It's a fan film, so I support fan films, so I had to get it when I saw it. We got the Hannibal Lecter collection, which has Silence of the Lambs, Manhunter, Silence of the Lambs, and Hannibal. I've seen Silence of the Lambs, have not seen Manhunter. I do want to see Manhunter at some point, and I have seen Hannibal, which I actually did enjoy. I know I'm not talking properly right now. I don't know what it is, but happy birthday to me. This was sent to me by a subscriber. I have yet to watch it. We have both Happy Death Day 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. I loved Happy Death Day, and I still have yet to watch Happy Death Day to You. So at some point, I will get to that. And then we have Hatchet. Awesome. Love it. Good nod to Friday the 13th. We have Hatchet 2. Hatchet 3. And then we have the final one, which is Victor Crowley, which I enjoy most of those movies. I really do. I have almost no gripes with any of them. They're fun slasher films. Hellfest, have yet to watch it. Then we have this really nice Hellraiser box set, which has the first 3 films in it. And I didn't know this, but this is Region B, and I do not have a Region B player, so I couldn't watch any of them. I have seen the first and second Hellraiser, though, and I love the first one. Second one, not so much. I feel like I need to rewatch it, though. Hereditary, crazy. Just crazy. It's not as good as people made it out to be, but it is good. It is good. It's just not as good as people made it out to be. Hills Have Eyes remakes 1 and 2. Love the first one. Second one was okay. This is one of those rare occasions, kind of like the Evil Dead occasion, where I actually prefer the remake over the original. Very rare for those to happen, but they do happen occasionally. Hocus Pocus. Still deciding if I want to own Hocus Pocus 2 or not. I'm probably going to get Hocus Pocus. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm probably going to get Hocus Pocus 2 because I'm a completionist. House of a Thousand Corpses. Love it. Love it. Devil's Rejects. Really good. I'm just not about... The thing about me, and you'll notice this, I like Rob Zombie. I like a lot of his movies. I am not a fan of the rape shit. The taking advantage of other people, sexual assault, rape shit. I'm not a fan of watching that shit happen on film. It takes me out of the movie. It just disgusts me, and I know that's the point of the movie. Still do not enjoy seeing that shit. So, and Devil's Rejects has a couple moments in that kind of stuff. Not like horribly, but it's still very disturbing. 3 from Hell, pretty okay. Pretty okay. I thought it was okay. I know a lot of people hate on it, and a lot of people give it shit. And they did a really kind of crappy job with getting rid of Sid Haig's character, but yeah. Captain Spaulding. The Howling. Awesome. Awesome. Have not seen that one in a while. Insidious. Great stuff. Great stuff. I am looking forward to part 4, by the way. Part 5. Part 5. Insidious Chapter 2. Probably my favorite of the franchise, honestly. And then we have Insidious Chapter 3. And then we have, I think, what almost killed the franchise, and that is Insidious The Last Key. I really did not like it at all. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I think this is the remake, not the original. Let's go ahead. Interview with the Vampire. Loved it. My movie reaction is up on the channel, as well as the Queen of the Damned, which is also on my channel. The Invisible Man remake. Really enjoyed this a lot, actually. I thought it was better than I thought, and, you know, I'm always about seeing abusers get their ends, their comeuppance in the end, and that was kind of a good one. We got Stephen King's It, the 1990 miniseries. What else can I say? Tim Curry is a madhouse, awesome, fucking amazing actor. That is my favorite Tim Curry performance of all time. We got the It 2017 remake. What has not been said about it? Bill Skarsgård did a great job. He did his own thing. Really respect that. Didn't try to copy Tim Curry. Love that shit. Really went the extra mile. Really was visually stunning, and really good movie. Really great movie. Top 10 probably best movies of the decade, in my opinion. I loved it that much, yeah. And then we got the sequel that I didn't love all too much and felt more like a Sam Raimi film, and that is It Chapter 2. Not saying it feeling like a Sam Raimi film is a bad thing, but when you build up a great horror film with great characters, and then you give me a decent, okay-ish horror film with more comedy, I really wanted another. That's my fault. I raised my hopes, I think. A lot of people were raising their hopes for the sequel, and we got something completely different. And then we have It 2 Film Collection, which is just parts 1 and 2 on standard Blu-ray. And then we have It Comes at Night. Not really a big fan of this one. I didn't really enjoy it. I was really bored watching it. It just wasn't for me. It Follows, which was kind of pretty great, actually. I really enjoy this. I still need to check it out again. I want to watch it again. I haven't gotten to it, but it was pretty great from what I saw. We have Jaws, upgrade that to 4K because it deserves it. Then we have one that if comes out with a 4K, I will upgrade, and I don't care what anybody says. I already am aware of the director, but the first film is utterly a classic to me, and that is Jeepers Creepers. That was the double feature for Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. We have, yes, I do have it, Jeepers Creepers 3. And I do have Jeepers Creepers Reborn. I have not seen Jeepers Creepers Reborn, but it made a lot of top 10 worst films of the year's lists, and it made number 1 a lot. So that doesn't really encourage me all too much, but I will watch it regardless. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. One of my favorite films of all time. Top 10. Easy. I love it.
Why here? Why now? Why clowns?
Killer clowns from outer space.
Krampus. There's a good moment in here where they mention the Cartwright family who lives next door, and I'm Jordan Cartwright, so that was kind of fun. Last Witch Hunter. Meh. Legion. Fun. It's a fun time. Speaking of fun times, we got the Leprechaun collection. The first 3 are good. The rest of them kind of are unwatchable. Besides Leprechaun Returns, which I actually really, really enjoyed. Speaking of which, Leprechaun Returns.
Is that me gold?
What the hell are you?
I'm a leprechaun, me dear.
I love this film, The Lighthouse. Oh my goodness, it is amazing. Amazing. There's nothing more I can say about it. Just watch it if you have not seen it. Lights Out. Have yet to watch it. Then we have a movie I still have yet to watch. Little Monsters. Yeah, I have not seen Little Monsters. I know a lot of people grew up with this one. I did not. So at some point, you'll see a reaction. Okay, probably my second favorite vampire film, The Lost Boys. Have yet to watch this, but it's Ma. I'm actually an associate producer for this one, which it's called The Macabre, and it has the signatures of a whole cast and crew on it. I might sign it at some point. I don't know yet. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But yeah, I have yet to check it out, but I heard it was a pretty good little anthology film. I'm an associate producer on it, and I wanted to say that again. Magic. We're getting a remake of this here soon, I guess. Really excited for that. Mars Attacks, and I should specify, I'm excited because I really feel like this is one of those movies that does not get talked about enough, and I feel like with a remake, people are going to go back and watch this one. That's why I'm excited. Mars Attacks, pretty good. Pretty solid. Maximum Overdrive, fun, crazy shit. The Meg, it's fine. Mimic, the 3-film set, I have yet to check these out. We got a double feature for Mind Warp and Brain Scan. At some point, I will be watching both of these. Misery. Fucking awesome. The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. Cannot wait to see The Whale. I am so excited for Brendan Fraser's comeback. Like Robin Williams, Brendan Fraser was a big part of my childhood with a lot of fantastic movies. The Mummy trilogy was one of those. Mummy movies were a part of my childhood. My Bloody Valentine, again, kind of like with Black Christmas and The Burning, one of my favorite slasher films of all time, and Friday the 13th Part 4, and Halloween, yep. Nightcrawler. Great performance by Jake Gyllenhaal. I guess it's pronounced Jake Gyllenhaal. I think that's how you pronounce it, actually. Jake Gyllenhaal. But people just call him Gyllenhaal. The Nightmare on Elm Street collection. Really shitty box set. We need to get into a good one, guys. Scream Factory, please get a hold of them. Please get something going and get us a really good Nightmare on Elm Street box set. Or even, hell, I would love to see Scream Factory start doing like Texas Chainsaw Massacre box set. I would love to see that. Then we have the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which you're probably expecting me to say, meh, and just throw it to the side. I actually enjoy it. I'm one of those rare few people who actually enjoys this remake. I know a lot of people hate it, and it's kind of become a common thing to actually hate on it. I think it's fine. I do. The only thing I don't care about is the whole pedophile side to it. I don't care about that. I still don't. And yeah, Night of the Living Dead, the original. I have yet to get the 1991. A Night in the Woods, have yet to check it out, but it was in the $5 bin at Walmart, so I had a little bit of hope. Night of the Creeps, my reaction is up on the channel, so if you guys want to go check that out, it is up there. No Good Deed. I've yet to check it out, but I'm a pretty decent fan of Idris Elba. And then we have the Omen box set, which has all the Omen films all the way up to the remake. I've only seen the first and second one. Still got to check out the rest of them. And I've seen the remake when I was younger. That was the first Omen film I had saw. And I don't really remember it all too well, so I can't really give an opinion on it just yet. I just didn't think I liked it all that much when I was a kid. The Others. Phenomenal. Great stuff. The twist at the end was crazy. A wicked twist of an ending, and it really was. Great stuff. The Other Side of the Door. I just remember watching the trailer, and it blew my mind. Thought it was scary looking. I've heard bad things about it, but it looked scary. Ouija, Origins of Evil. I don't own the original one, and I've heard really good things about this one, so I have that one. When I saw it at Black Friday for really cheap, I grabbed it. Overlord on 4K. I've seen this one, and I liked it. I didn't love it like a lot of people, but I really liked it. The People Under the Stairs, one of my favorite Wes Craven movies. Paranormal Activity, the 6-film collection. Awesome, awesome. Well, the collection looks awesome, but I'm not a giant fan of the series, unfortunately. My favorite one is actually the third one. I feel like the third one actually is one of my favorite ones. Pet Sematary, the original Pet Sematary, probably my favorite Stephen King movie of all time. I named my cat Church, actually, because I loved it that much. And then, of course, I double dipped, and I got the 4K, so...
Well, sometimes that is better. The person you put up there ain't the person that comes back. It may look like that person, but it ain't that person.
As you can tell how much I really like that movie. And then, yes, I do own the remake. I do not own Pet Sematary 2. At some point, I would like to get it, but I own the Pet Sematary remake, which, rest in peace to that cat who played Church. I know he passed away. Really, it's an underwhelming version of the original. It's not great. It's not bad. It's fine. Phantom of the Opera, the original, did not care for that one. I watched it and was bored out of my mind, and I did not like how they handled the Phantom. Phantasm. Awesome. Awesome. Phoenix Forgotten, a decent little UFO found footage film. It's fine. Not great. Poltergeist remake, I own the original on DVD. The Possession of Hannah Grace, have yet to watch it. We have this really cool Predator trilogy steelbook here with like Predator, Predator 2, and Predators. President's Day. I think this is a horror pack limited edition. Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Amazing. It's a classic. We have The Purge. The Purge Anarchy, which might be my favorite. I don't know yet. And then we have The First Purge. I do not own any of the other Purges. I need to go ahead and just get the rest of the series. The Pyramid. Have yet to watch it, but I am looking forward to it because I love Egyptian shit. A Quiet Place. Have yet to get the sequel. But Quiet Place 1 was pretty good. The Raven. Have yet to watch it. Ready or Not. Have yet to watch it. The Return of the Living Dead. Kind of like with Killer Clowns from Outer Space, probably my top 5 favorite films of all time.
Razor, I'll blow your fucking brains out!
Send me a pups.
I've seen this one so many times now, and I can watch it way more. So, Return of the Living Dead Part 2. Enjoyable. Really fun time, actually. I enjoy it. The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Wasn't a fan at first. I have grown a small love for the movie. I did not grow up on it like a lot of people did. Tim Curry is awesome. I have grown a love for that film. Surprisingly, I never thought I would have. Salem's Lot. Great. Watched it 4 times during Halloween this year. Not even joking. Sands of Oblivion. I don't even know if this is a horror film, but I own it. Santa Sangria. Great. Weird as fuck, but great. The Saw collection, this has all the films all the way up to Jigsaw. I have yet to watch anything past part 2. I've only seen parts 1 and 2. So yeah, that's a project at some point. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which in my opinion is the better of, like, this feels like the best version of Goosebumps. I really enjoyed that Goosebumps film we got back in 2015. But Scary Stories, in my opinion, was a bit creepier, and I liked it for that. Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Scream 1 through 3. I have yet to get 4, and I own 5. So, yeah. I am looking forward to Scream 6. 7. My movie reaction is up on the channel for 7. Signs. Michael's movie reaction is up on the channel for Signs. Signs is amazing. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, it's weird that the aliens come to a planet that's filled with water, even though they can't be around water. And yes, it's weird that they can't get through fucking blocked doors. But still, I'll let it slide. I really love the atmosphere. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Silent Hill. I don't own Silent Hill Revelations, probably because I really hated it. Silver Bullet. Really need to upgrade to that Scream Factory. Love that one. She Kills. I have yet to see it, but it's a horror pack exclusive or limited edition. Shivers. Have yet to watch it. The Shining. Stanley Kubrick. It's a classic. Jack Nicholson. Probably my favorite Jack Nicholson performance. And then we have the amazing sequel, Dr. Sleep, which surprised the hell out of me. Oh man, that villain. What was her name? Rose the Hat. Freaky as fuck. Shutter Island. Have yet to watch it, believe it or not. Sleepaway Camp. Man, is this is a fun time. It's a weird movie, but fun time. And then we got a not so fun movie. Slender Man. I got it because I'm a creepypasta supporter, and Slender Man began as a creepypasta story. But man, that movie disappointed the fuck out of me. This one's going to be our next movie reaction. Smile. Be on the lookout for that. Some Kind of Hate. Have yet to watch it, but I got this in a horror pack. I have not seen Stephen King's The Stand, but I do own it on Blu-ray for the reason and hoping that I will watch it someday. The Strangers Pray at Night, the only Strangers movie I own on Blu-ray. Got to get the first one at some point. The Swarm. Thanks to Jason Dominguez, I actually was sent this from him, so thank you so much. I will hopefully get to that soon. One of my favorite movies of all time, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And yes, I did double dip, and I got the Steelbook too. I love it, love it, love it. Leatherface, which is my least favorite of the entire franchise. Finally got this, and I was happy to... The first copy I own is in 4K, because I loved it that much, man. You have to get it in 4K, and you have to get the best quality edition of it, which is John Carpenter's The Thing. Finally so happy to own that on physical media. Then we have the 2011 prequel. It is a prequel. And even the end credits kind of hint at it's a prequel because the dog escapes and then goes, running off. And yeah, it's a prequel. So yeah, I own it. Really enjoy it. The CGI takes me out of it a little bit, but overall, it was fine. The Toll, don't know anything about it. Train to Busan. I was talking about this on my live stream earlier. It's phenomenal. Tremors, childhood classic. Trick or Treat. I watch this once a year. Troll 2. Ooh, one of my biggest guilty pleasures of all time. Man, that's something.
Grandpa! Grandpa Sam! Are you there? Neilbog! It's Goblin spelled backwards! This is their kingdom!
Twister. Looking forward to the sequel. That scared the hell out of me as a kid. That's one of the reasons why I'm afraid of tornadoes. Us. Probably my least favorite Jordan Peele film, if I had to be honest with you. Like, it's creative, it's a freaky little movie, but it's probably my least favorite of his. And none of his movies are bad. The Violent Kind. VFW, I have not seen it. We have Videodrome, which was sent to me by Harley. Thank you so much, Harley. I cannot wait to watch this. And you got me the, I think, Vinegar Syndrome? Or not Vinegar Syndrome, the Criterion Collection. It's the Criterion Collection version of that. I don't know where I was going with that, but... War of the Worlds, I have yet to watch it. Waxwork 1 and 2, have yet to watch these, but I really want to watch them a lot. Actually, I keep passing by them in the collection, and I just want to put them on. And then we have Willy's Wonderland. Out of both Willy's Wonderland and Banana Splits the movie, this one is a lot more enjoyable and a lot more kick-ass. Now I'm going to speed run the last row of Blu-rays I have. Winchester. Disappointing as fuck. You have literally Helen Mirren as Sarah Winchester and Jason Clarke, and I was still disappointed. That movie should have been awesome. Wishmaster Collection. I remember watching those at my neighbor's house, and we had a blast. They're not great, but it was fun. The Witch. Awesome. Slow burn, but awesome. The Witches. Great stuff. Became one of my favorite ones to watch around Halloween time. What We Do in the Shadows. Hilarious. If you have not seen this, I highly recommend it. Witchboard, really good. My movie reaction will be up on the channel at some point. It's up on Patreon right now, but yeah, really good. The Wolfman, one of my personal favorites of the original Universal Monster movies. A remake that I think got a lot more hate than it deserved, and I enjoy it. The Woman in Black, a fucking freaky little movie. That movie no one really liked it. No one really talked about it. World War Z, it was fine. Not really. I want to see more of Romero stuff than World War Z stuff. I really feel like they don't really capture the horror that well in World War Z. I really love the Romero zombie films a lot more. Wrong Turn 1 through 5. Then we have the 2019 reboot of Wrong Turn. Zombie, which movie reaction is now up on Patreon. I just got done watching this not too long ago. Something. And then we have Zombieland and Zombieland Double Tap. Okay guys, that was my entire horror Blu-ray collection. I really hope you enjoyed that. I know it wasn't filmed all properly. I really wanted a better camera when filming it, but unfortunately I was limited on what I could do. I still hope you enjoyed it, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, share the content. It does mean a lot, and I will, again, be posting more videos here soon, so keep a lookout. Catch me on my live streams, mostly during Fridays, but I sometimes go live at night, so you might catch me late night live streaming with my coffee. So, yeah, and if you guys want to, support me on Patreon. We're almost to 60 patrons, so if we get to 100 by the end of 2023, I feel like we'll really have accomplished something. Or you can click the join button and be a member to my channel. Either or is fine and awesome, so I do appreciate the support. And until next time, guys, do keep it retro and do take care.